Hello. Hope this is working well. Yep, today we are doing a NeoVim setup. Right now, I was trying to install Lazy Vim and like the package manager and just install like the tutorial font, I guess, the styling. So yeah, I was just figuring those out. I was kind of stuck. I don't know how to exit this view, so I was just yeah. I figured let me just do this on thing. Press QA, but it's like I can't. Yeah, not sure. All right. So yeah. So now that we have our thing, all right. So go in insert mode, and let me just grab the this thing. Also, do I have to?
Oh, it installs it for us. All that we are actually this plugin when it calls.
Yeah, you put it in with the things. All right. Um. Oops. So yeah. Perfect. Percentage. Resourcing your config is not supported. Why did I get that issue? Hmm. I see. Okay, so you do lazy and sync. Alright, sure. Oops. Okay, I wrote to the file. Lazy sync. Okay. I don't see this style being added, but yeah. Yep. Alright. Why didn't this get applied though? Or is this the correct
Setup. So let's quit NVim, reload it. Let's load it at the file that we are actually editing. And you can see that Lazy automatically detects that we have a new uninstalled package. So it.
Yeah, for me it doesn't really. So if I press Q, alright, that got okay, so why did it not load? Let me just I'll completely restart. But where's the lazy sync line? Nice. For plugin changes or lazy. Okay, you know what? Let me do quit. Let me enter back in. Okay, perfect. Just had to quit and re-enter.
It installs it for us. So now I'm realizing this is actually Lazy's default color scheme. This happened because we reloaded NeoVim with Lazy installed, and now it showed up with this new color scheme. This is not Capuchin. To enable Caput, we have to require the package and call a setup function. Most packages in Lua export a setup function that you need to call in your configuration. Essentially.
Okay. Let me just quit that. Sorry, I'm using my mouse, guys. I still haven't finished the setup on Vim Hero. So yeah, let me just do this first, and I promise I'll do the correct Vim commands. Yeah, so we kind of did that.
What that does is it will import all of the functions and all the functionality for that package into the NeoVim Lua runtime, so NeoVim can then execute it. So let's do this for Capuchin. So underneath our setup, we can say require Capuchin and call setup. And then underneath that, we can use another Vim command function to set our color scheme to Capuchin. Now if we
Alright.
and then underneath that we can use another vim
Just
command
add
function to set our
large
color scheme to
section
capuchin.
Because this is a 2-year-old video, I should have kept that in mind. So yeah, let me just do this. My trusted friend, and do this, which is myself. Let's see. No, you do not. The real thing you're missing, but does not activate it. Alright. Alright, for sure. Enter insert mode. Command O. Oops. Nope. Shift O. Or never mind. Gotta go O. And enter. Let me copy this line. So I wrote the file. Restart NeoVim. Right. Quit the file. Wait. Why did it go back to the...
Now if we quit and reload NeoVim in the file that we were just looking at, our init.lua file, hey look, one awesome looking color scheme.
Yeah,
this configuration is already looking pretty
honestly,
sick.
I like this one.
Let's keep going. So now let's cd into our config directory because I'm honestly getting pretty sick of having to type out this whole entire string every single time, and we can call nvim init.lua. Great. Now the next plugin that I think is essential for a great NeoVim configuration.
Yeah, okay, let me do that as well. Cd n2. Why is that? Did I make a mistake when I created my directory? Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, I added the file. Should have seen that one. Alright. Then what's the command? nvim config?
Pretty sick of having to type out this whole entire string every single time, and we can call nvim init.lua. Great.
nvim init.lua. Alright, sure.
Great. Now the next plugin that I think is essential for a great NeoVim configuration is fuzzy finding your files and grepping throughout your project. This one's a no-brainer. You want to look at Telescope. Telescope is unbelievable. It's an amazing plugin. It enables you in your NeoVim configuration to fuzzy find based on the name of files. It allows you to grep through all your files to look for specific strings throughout your project, and tons and tons and tons of other stuff. There's even modules for Telescope. So look through all the documentation here. It's worked on by one of the sexiest NeoVim contributors that I know of, which is TJ. Pretty sweet. TJ DeVries. Anyway, we want to install Telescope. It's amazing. So let's do that. And if we scroll down to the lazy.nvim section here, we can see that we want to add to our tuple another tuple. And then we have a dependencies tag here that is set to Planary. So we make sure we install Planary when we install Telescope.
Go. So we need to add this.
Telescope, and we want to add this tuple to our configuration. So let's do that. We go to our configuration where we have plugins. We want to add a comma after this plugin, and then paste our extra tuple in here. Now we don't need any of this extra stuff.
All right. All right. So comma and that. nvim init.lua. Perfect. Let's see. So I can do or more like a comma, add this stuff. Also, yeah, should I change my indenting to 2? I kind of like having 4, but yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I can just leave it as it is for now. Or Loki, can I do an illegal move? No, I couldn't. So if I do tab, I didn't mess up anything, right? Yeah, it looks pretty good so far. Yeah, guys, if this cringes you out, I'm sorry. I haven't finished the Vim tutorial. Yeah, for sure. Alright, so escape W.
We can just do this based on what was given. Now Lazy will include Telescope in its plugins. So if we close NeoVim and reopen it,
Let's just close NeoVim and reopen it. Perfect.
I believe it's going to install Telescope. Yes, Lazy has automatically installed Telescope and Planary. Pretty cool. Lazy's kind of amazing. But we can't quite use Telescope yet because we still have to initialize it. Now in the docs, it says you want to set a local variable called built-in to the require telescope.builtin function. Now what this is going to do is it's going to load up all of these stuff in the Lua file within the module telescope.builtin. So what we can do is we can do vim.keymap.set to control P built-in.find_files. This is a function in the built-in module for Telescope, and it'll allow us to use fuzzy find.
Let me ask ChatGPT if this is needed in 2026. And let me show them my approach. Yes, you do not. Just say no, you do not. Small mistake that would. Your lazy setup is fine. It installs, but it doesn't give you a key binding yet.
To find files in our project. So let's quit out of this, reopen NeoVim. And it was expecting a string and it got nothing. Of course, I spelled something wrong, which happens. Basically, I have JavaScript brain, and I thought that I needed to have parentheses to call the function, but actually what you want to do is not that. I can now source init.lua, and that was also wrong. I can source init.lua, and it looks like it's working correctly now.
Perfect. So yeah, I'm just gonna do these then. And yeah, he just alright, yeah, let me just copy these two lines. Let's go. Perfect. Double Q. Lua. I could just do this. Did it reload for him?
So if I hit Command or Control P, now I am doing find files.
Control PA. So if I do Control P, okay, W, man. Say less. Got the whole setup. Although I don't know how to use this. What's up? Oh, I can't. Trying to do command. But, oh, how do I quit? I don't know. How do I exit?
Which is unbelievable. This is great. Telescope is amazing.
Wait, how did he exit this? Yeah, okay, I just pressed escape twice.
And when you find files, you can fuzzily type what you're looking for, and I'm in. Isn't that great? Now there's one more I like to do, and that is live grep, which allows us to grep throughout our project. I set it to leader FG, which for me is going to be space. I didn't even set my leader yet, so vim.g.map leader needs to be set to space. So now if I source this file and type space FG, I am live grepping throughout my project. I can type
Space FG. Yeah, I kind of want that. Let me just tell ChatGPT to get that. I don't want to type it out. Give me the leader command.
which allows us to grep throughout our project. I set it to leader FG, which for me is going to be space. I didn't even set my leader yet, so vim.g.map leader needs to be set to space. So now if I type,
Okay. So you initialized it as space there. Um, just is this I'm a true vibecoder using ChatGPT to add all this.
Source this file.
Let's see what went wrong here. Hmm. Damn, GitHub's actually down. Oh no, it is up. So, alright, let me. That's pretty weird. Kinda wanna check if. Damn, for that 1 second it was actually kinda down.
And type space FG. I am live grepping throughout my project. I can type lazy, and look, these are all of the results from me searching for lazy. Awesome. We're getting really cool stuff here. Okay, cool. So now we're getting a lot of cool functionality out of our NeoVim config. The next thing I want to install is a package that is amazing for doing highlighting and also indenting, and that package is called TreeSitter. TreeSitter is a package that provides a simple and easy way to use the interface for TreeSitter in NeoVim and to provide some basic functionality such as highlighting based on it. Okay, so what's TreeSitter? Well, TreeSitter is essentially a tool that takes snippets of code and generates an abstract syntax tree out of it. Why is that helpful? Well, an abstract syntax tree basically keeps the information throughout the code base based on certain symbols that it looks for, like, say, an open squiggly brace or an open and close quotes. The abstract syntax tree basically takes all of these things and puts them into an easy-to-digest format for parsers. And then people have developed parsers on top of TreeSitter that then go through the abstract syntax tree and parse out the pieces that it needs to highlight the text that you see on the screen. Whew, that's a lot. But let's install TreeSitter and see if we can see anything different happening here. So now we want to add this to our tuple here for our plugins. It is this, and it comes with a build command which calls ts update. Ts is the TreeSitter command, so it's updating TreeSitter itself.
Alright, let's see.
So now to our list of plugins here, we want to add TreeSitter.
Alright, where is our plugin part? Right here. Right, so we go here and we sort of do why is my indentation messed up? Sorry for using my mouse, guys. I see what's going on. Alright. Now let me first put these all on the same line. Yeah, let me just... Yeah, I kind of want a clean looking file, so let me just make these changes. Alright, perfect. Did it add it?
So now if we leave and reopen NeoVim, hey, look at that. TreeSitter's installed.
6.1, yep, perfect.
And it probably ran ts update in the background. I didn't see it get run here, but I'm sure that's what happened. So let's see if we can type that. Ts update. All parsers are up to date. Great. Now let's go to our init.lua file using telescope. Pretty cool. And let's configure TreeSitter for our purposes. So from the docs, what we want to do is require...
Alright, also let me try space FG. Yes, okay, perfect, it worked.
NeoVim TreeSitter configs. So very similar to how we do Capuchin or Telescope, we want to have a local variable and we want to call require nvim TreeSitter configs. So now in config, we can call stuff like setup. And the setup function is going to give us plenty of control over things within TreeSitter. We can say ensure installed, and that is a tuple that will include certain things. I'm going to do Lua and JavaScript. And what this will do is it'll ensure that the parsers...
Also, why did I not follow the other guy? there's another person who, yeah, this guy. Yeah, I should have just watched his video. Summarize the video. I want to see what all topics he covered. Fuzzy Finder, yeah. Yeah, I should have done this video instead. Autocomplete. Honestly, I might just watch this video instead.
Let's get started. Alright, so I've
I'm pretty sure
opened
like the
up a
setup, cause he does autocomplete. Yeah, and I also want to set up tmux, which I saw here. Yeah.
terminal window here. There's a couple of things we're going to want to install before we get started setting up NeoVim. The first thing you're going to
Sorry guys. Oh, streams. Streams lagged.